like you don't judge. That right there is the scariest feeling. Opening and closing up again. I've been hurt so I don't trust. Now here we are staring at the ceiling. I've said those words before, but it was a lie.
Mati sebelum mereka mengenalku.
If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I on my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? All it is to say that, why is it so hard to say?
Satu tembakan, satu nyawa melayang. Ayo dekatlah.
Isn't it amazing how almost every line on our hands align? When your hands are mine, it's like I'm holding your hand. Isn't that a sign? I should speak my mind. I've said those words before, but it was a lie. It's hard to hear it 1,000 times. If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I
Satu tembakan, satu nyawa melayang.
Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? All it is to say that, why is it so hard
Satu
to
tembakan,
say?
satu nyawa melayang. Satu tembakan, satu nyawa melayang.
It's you there, my mind. When I close my eyes, if all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I on my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that is, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, when I close my eyes, it's you there, my mind. When I close my eyes, if all it is to say that, when I close my eyes, it's you there, my mind. When I close my eyes, if all it is to say that.
Tembakan, satu nyawa melayang.
You know me the best, you know my
Aku
worst,
kagum
you know
pada
hurt, but you don't
mereka.
judge. That right there is the scariest feeling. Opening and closing up again. I've been hurt so I don't trust. Now here we are staring at the ceiling. I've said those words before, but it was a lie. And you deserve to hear it 1,000 times. All it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I on my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say?
Tidak ada satupun tembakan. Kemana hati pergi?
Isn't it amazing how almost every line on our hands align? When your hands are mine, it's like I'm holding your hand. Isn't that a sign? I should speak my mind. I've said those words before, but it was a lie. It's hard to hear it 1,000 times. If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I on my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? All it is to say that, why is it so hard to say?
Tembakan, satu nyawa melayang.
so hard to say? If all it is amen, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is amen, why is it so hard to say? If all it is amen, when I close my eyes, it's you there, mama, you. When I close my eyes, if all it is amen, when I close my eyes, it's you there, mama, you. When I close my eyes, if all it is amen.
You destroyed a turret. Launch attack.
You know me the best, you know me worse, see me hurt, but you don't judge. That right there is the scariest feeling. Opening and closing up again, I've been hurt so I don't trust. Now here we are staring at the ceiling. I said those words before, but it wasn't why. You deserve to hear them 1,000 times. If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? Isn't it amazing how almost every line on our hands align? When your hands are mine, it's like I'm whole again. Isn't that a sign? I should speak my mind. I've said those words before, but it wasn't why. You deserve to hear them 1,000 times. If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say?
Our turret has been destroyed. Our turret has been destroyed.
When I close my eyes, it's you there, mama. When I close my eyes, if all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that is, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, when I close my eyes, it's you there, mama, you. When I close my eyes, if all it is to say that, when I close my eyes, it's you there, mama, you. When I close my eyes, if all it is to say that.
Tidak ada tempat untuk kabur. Initiate retreat. Okay. Enemy turret is under attack.
You know me the best, you know me worse, see me hurt, but you don't judge. That right there is the scariest feeling.
Launch attack.
Opening and closing up again, I've been hurt so I don't trust. Now here we are staring at the ceiling. I said those words before, but it wasn't why. You deserve to hear them 1,000 times. If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that, Isn't it amazing how almost every night all our hands align? When your hands in mine, it's like I'm whole again. Isn't that a sign? I should speak my mind. I've said those words before, but it wasn't mine. You deserve to hear it 1,000 times. Falling to say that. Why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that. Why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that. Why is it so hard to say? All it is is why am I on my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, when I close my eyes, it's you there, I'm with you. When I close my eyes, if all it is to say that, when I but you don't judge. That right there is the scariest feeling. Opening and closing up again. I've been hurt so I don't trust. Now here we are staring at the ceiling. I've said those words before, but it wasn't mine. You deserve to hear them 1,000 times. If all it is to say that. Why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? Almost every line, all our hands align. When your hands are mine, it's like I'm whole again. Isn't that a sign? I should speak my mind. I've said those words before, but it wasn't mine. You deserve to hear it 1,000 times. If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? All it is to say that is why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? All it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that, when I close my eyes, it's you there, I'm with you. When I close my eyes, all it is to say that, when I close my eyes, it's you there, I'm with you. When I close my eyes, all it is to say that. but you don't judge. That right there is the scariest feeling.
Initiate retreat. Launch attack.
Opening and closing up again. I've been hurt so I don't trust. Now here we are staring at the ceiling. I've said those words before, but it wasn't mine. It's out to hear them 1,000 times. If all it is to say that, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that is, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? All it is to say that is, why is it so hard to say?
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
Isn't it amazing how almost every line on our hands align? When your hands are mine, it's like I'm whole again. Isn't that a sign? I should speak my mind. I've said those words before, but it wasn't mine. It's out to hear them 1,000 times. If all it is to say that is, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say that is, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say that is, why is it so hard to say? Whoa, When I close my eyes, it's you there in my mind. When I close my eyes, if all it is to say, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say, why am I in my own way? Why do I pull you close and then ask you for space? If all it is to say, why is it so hard to say? If all it is to say